it's kind of a question, but kind of a statement, but I think it might be pretty appropriate. And, the statement of, I felt helpless and out of control as my investments declined in value last year, especially at the start of this year. How do I deal with that? Amy Thomas.
Tom touched on some of my points, but a couple things here in this question is first is that feeling of being helpless. A lot of people did call during that time, and even though that they have planners and they have investment advisors, they still just, this heaviness of helplessness. And it was a hard time for everybody. It was a tough time for the investment world. Just last year, the S&P went down, last year, grab my notes here, 37%. And then thinking that that was a lot just for 2008, just into the beginning of March, we went down another 25%. And to touch on the example of Tom's, there was an individual who called towards the end of February and just was, wow, her comment being exactly that it's only going to go down more. Jumps out of the market right at the beginning of March and loses, because from March till this point, now we're up, 50% with the S&P. So, touching on what Brad said, is she lost. If you get on the market for those 10 days, what did she do for herself? And what she did is she let she let her emotions play in on her investment plan. So, why do I give this example in these illustrations is, you've got to stay the course. You've got to rebalance. You have to understand what risk tolerance you can handle. And you've got to stick to that plan. And if you do stick with that plan, it's going to help you through these ups and downs. And the clients that you talked to during that time were called and said, hey, I'm scared, I'm feeling helpless. And then they came in to see us, and we went over that same plan again. They felt better, and they could handle those emotions a little bit more. And what can we learn from all of this going through the last year? Helping someone back in 2007 or over the last 11 years that I've been in this business, people might have been willing to say, hey, I can take a little bit more risk. Hey, I'm working on my financial independence. I've got great returns. I've got money to meet my needs. I'm spending. I'm having fun. Yeah, let's ratchet that up. You just lived through maybe one of the worst times we've had since the Great Depression. So you have to look back and reflect yourself over the last 12 months. How do you really feel about risk, just yourself? Not the questionnaires we give you, but how do you feel? And take this as an opportunity to say, maybe I don't want to take so much risk, or maybe I shouldn't. What are my goals? Maybe I need to call and come in and see one of us and say, you know what, let's relook at things. So we don't know where things are going to be in 2 years. We don't know if it's going to be up or down, but if you've got a plan and you stick with it, it's going to help you weather these times better.